everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy that you could join me today once again so we could talk more about real estate investing as a second source of income. Yes, this is your host, Sandra Ferrari, with Real Estate Investing. Let's build wealth together. So, the second strategy, investment strategy we'll talk about is commercial real estate. I remember the first time when I heard the word commercial. I live in a big city. Whenever I see commercial, I'm thinking of buildings like high rise. How am I ever going to be able to get that? I don't even have any money. Well, let's go with the pros. Then we'll get to the cons. Pros. It's higher rental income. Yes, because if you have more units, more people, higher the rental income, right? So there's a higher rental income potential when you buy a commercial. And it's a long-term lease agreement. So less tenant turnover, because if you have a commercial building, you have tenants, they want to move in, they bring in their businesses in. So they're not moving out as much as if it's a single family. After a year lease, you have to renew the lease. So there's a lot of positivity in this, right? So long-term lease agreements, less tenant turnover. I think that's a double whammy right there. And then business tenants are responsible for some of the expenses. Yes, you can pass it along right to them. Like certain aspect, like when you pay for electricity, gas, one family, maybe in a two family, there's certain bills, expenses that come to you. But in a business related aspect, like a commercial building, you pass that right on to the tenants. What's not to love? But as always, we know there are cons coming, but before we go into the cons, let's go back again and review all three positive aspects of commercial real estate. You have a potential for higher rental income because you have more tenants. Second, you have long-term lease with those tenants. Therefore, there's less likely to have a turnover, changing of tenants. Very rare. Can happen, but very rare because it's a long-term lease. And lastly, the tenants are responsible for some of the expenses. It's not on you, the owner. Awesome. So let's talk about the cons because it's coming. We got to talk about it, right? So, cons. It is more complex than residential real estate. Yes, definitely more complex. Why? You're dealing with more tenants. And you can have very demanding, because this is a commercial building. The tenants, you must please them because they're going to ask a lot of you. There's a give and take. This is not just, to have a commercial building and that's it. There's going to be a lot of hands-on work. Of course, you can hire property management to still manage it, but there's a lot of, and you have to manage that property. That's your asset. You're managing the property management company. Oh my goodness. This is where real work begins. So more complex than residential real estate, correct? So that's the first con. The second one, it requires higher capital investment. Remember we were talking about a single family, a duplex, triplex. It's intensive. Think about commercial. Higher capital investment. It does require that. Much more. Also, there's a market demand for commercial spaces. It fluctuates. Look what happened after COVID. It's now that certain areas are gaining back their velocity, meaning the amount of people they can actually rent to. So all of this is important. And I recall back when I was in New York City and after the Hurricane Sandy in 2013, that affected a lot of businesses down there near Wall Street. I recall that a lot of buildings remain somewhat empty. So bear that in mind. There are certain factors that are beyond our control, like nature. COVID was nature too. We didn't know this was coming. And like a hurricane can mess things up. But this is all part of the game. And if you don't play, you cannot win, right? We're not going to let this stop us. Today, well, it might be overwhelming. So please go back. Listen to everything. Put your comments below, and any questions you have, feel free to put them down. Don't hesitate. So I leave you with this. So which strategy do you think it fits you best? Drop a comment below. I want to know which one. Which one do you like? Let me know. Come on. And if you're serious about real estate investing, I will say you have to check everything. And come on, guys, we got to do this. Yes. I leave you with this. I believe in you. I know you will start, and you're going to choose the best strategy that fits you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.